Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of Box to Box. I'm here with a very special guest, Maz, who is a Brighton fan, ready for Arsenal versus Brighton. Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. If you haven't already, please check out the AFTV app, all of our AFTV's other content. So, Maz, let's get into it. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, thanks, mate. Yeah, a bit nervous. Obviously, you guys are on a great little run at the moment, but football's football, innit? So you never know what's going to happen. But I'm all good, thanks. How are you, mate?
Yeah, really good, mate. Enjoying Christmas and the festivities that go with it, and obviously just got through to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup by beating Palace in a penalty shootout, which was a rather nervy affair on Tuesday evening. But listen, onwards and upwards to Premier League action. We desperately need the.
Really. You know, if you lost, it would have been great. But if Palace have lost, it would have been great either. Same way.
Oh, I love it. So how are you guys doing?
We're very much up and down. We're not really consistent. I think consistency's been the big buzzword in the Brighton world at the moment, just because, one half or one game will look really good, and then, we'll let it all slide. So Villa was a great example. We went 2-0 up, they came back 4-3. And the Forest game, we beat them 2-0 away, and that we look really good. But it's just, one game good, one game bad. It's like Gennaro Gattuso would say, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe, the word.
I love that. You've actually got a bit of a Gennaro Gattuso look about you, actually. Come to think of it. Yeah. All day long, mate. So a bit inconsistent. What have been your last 4 results?
So we've had obviously played Liverpool. We lost 2-0 away to Anfield. Obviously, that's a tough game as well.
Yeah.
But in terms of our away games, like I said, we beat Forest 2-0. We got a good draw against Palace as well, 0-0 when they were flying at the time. So in terms of the obviously playing you away, I know you've won. I think 13 on the bounce. I think at home.
Yeah,
like
we have. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Got ridiculous home record, so I am worried about that element of it. But in terms of our own form, we haven't been great recently. So something needs to change. We've drawn 2, lost 2. So it's we're not going to come into this game with confidence really, but something needs to change. And we have had a lot of injuries which we've been dealing with, but so does everyone. And I know you guys have had a lot of injuries yourselves, so it's not really an excuse in my books.
Yeah, we have. And obviously this fixture's been a rather tough fixture for us over the last few seasons. You've had quite a bit of change out of us at the Emirates as well. And I'll go back to the game last season when Declan Rice got sent off for that very innocuous tap away of the ball against Venkman.
Always a red, mate. Always a red, that one.
Yeah. And I haven't seen a host of other players boot balls off recently. So let's go into your new signings, the players you signed in the summer, the players that left your club, and any potentials on the horizon for January.
Yeah, January's always a tough one. I think usually we don't do much business in January, but we've had our young Greek striker Simas get injured now, and I think he's out for the rest of the season, and that leaves Danny Welbeck as the only fit striker going into the rest of the season now. So I think we might look into either bringing Evan Ferguson back from Roma. I don't know what his sort of loan terms are. And then, we might look into getting potentially a right back. But I'll be honest, we don't really do much business in terms of like the incomings in January. But we did obviously lose a lot of players. We lose a lot of players every summer, don't we? Really, we get ransacked every summer. You guys know very well with Ben White and Trossard as well. So we've lost a lot of key players, and I think that happens every season. So we've got to a point now where we're kind of used to it. As fans and as a club, we're quite good at selling players and then bringing replacements in who look quite good. Yeah. So it's probably not likely we'll get anyone in January, but if I want someone, it's definitely a striker, because Danny Welbeck, he's, as we all know, he's not exactly the fittest of guys in terms of keeping himself fit and being available all the time. So it'll be great to get a striker in maybe, but who knows? Maybe Gyökeres on loan, maybe.
Yeah, well, we give you Danny Welbeck, so I mean, there's no need to be greedy with that one.
Yeah, well, do you know what? I'll take that. That was a great signing for us. He's done very well for us.
Welbs has done well for you. He's banged some goals in. He's in important times as well.
Yeah, he's a big game player as well. Yeah.
It is. So, Maz, give us your team layout and formation. The typical personnel that you expect to see, starting from your goalkeeper, right back, etc. Work the way through the team and the formation and the style that you play.
Well, the style's an interesting one because we don't really have one at the moment. But I'll try my best to explain it. So line up in terms of in goal, it's usually Verbruggen in goal. And then we've got Matt Tarifa, who's usually a defensive midfielder, playing right back, which is always an interesting one.
Yep.
Then Jan Paul van Heck and Lewis Dunk as a centre back pairing, and Ferdy Kadioglu at left back. Then we usually have Carlos Baleba at DM, but he's at AFCON, so that's going to be
Right.
a miss at midfield. So it'll probably be a Yari and Hinchwood, maybe. I'm
Okay.
going to hazard a guess. And then if Matoma is now back fit, so if he's fit and ready to go from the off, he'll start a left wing. And then it'll be a toss-up between Gruder, Jorginho Rutter, and Welbeck's back in training now. So he was injured for a bit. So, and then we've got Yankuba Minter, who we signed from Newcastle on the right wing, who's looked quite lively, but had his dips in form. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. We'll see who's available. We had a few suspensions last time out against Sunderland when we drew 0-0. But they're back now. Gomez and Dunk are both back. So it'll be interesting. We should hopefully have a few options, but Danny Welbeck's still a bit of a question mark over him, so I'm a bit worried about him. And then in terms of style of play, mate, you could probably tell me better. We've not really had one, to be honest.
Just guess, just make it up.
Yeah, honestly, Herzl has had his critics this season because he's not really identified a style of play. Like under De Zerbi, when we had De Zerbi, it was all about the press, about the counter attack. We had a kind of identity under De Zerbi. He loved his passing game, but under Herzl, I'll be honest with you, as fans, we don't really know what his ideas are. Even though he's been getting a few results this season, we've had some notable good results, especially Man City, Chelsea. But there's times where we've looked at the team and thought, like, what's going on? What are we watching here? So I am worried about that. Obviously, with how well you guys play, and especially from set pieces as well. I am a bit worried about how we're going to look against you guys.
Set piece is not your thing then, no?
Well, not really. To be fair, we've got better, but we were pretty bad at defending them. But we've got a new set piece coach in who's seemed to have improved it slightly. Okay. So, yeah, it's not as bad as it once was. Hopefully you won't have as much joy as you might have done previously.
Ain't that a mad thing now? There's set piece coaches coming in. Oh, it's like signing the best set piece coach.
Do you see them? They generally because I sit where I sit, I'm literally right behind the dugout, and they generally, when there's a set piece, he'll go in instead of Herzl, and then Herzl will take a step back, and I'm like, this is insane. Like it's like an NFL, isn't it? When they got the attacking and
playbook,
yeah, it's mental.
Nicholas Jova does the same thing.
It's insane, mate. How football, like you said, how football's developed back at, even you look at 10 years ago, we'd laugh if you said we had, set piece coaches, and was it throwing coaches now we've got? There you go.
Yeah.
The world's gone mad, mate.
It's brilliant. Game's gone. So who should we watch out for? Who out of all your players? Obviously Welbeck, we know what he's about, dangerous finisher. But who else on your team should we watch out for, and any sort of patterns of play, and any surprises or tricks you've got up your sleeves?
Again, you probably could answer that better than I can. But in terms of like actual threats, and it depends on how he's feeling on the day. But Yankuba Minter, genuinely on that right hand side, he's got a great turn of pace. He's got great dribbling ability. He is actually very much he reminds me of Sadio Mane a little bit when Sadio Mane, like the Southampton days before he went to Liverpool, because he's still got a lot of development to go. But he has got that turn of pace, which really does frighten defenders. So I'm assuming it might be Calafiori, maybe he'll be up against.
It should be,
position. So it'll be interesting to see how he fares, Yankuba Minter, but he's a very exciting player. And to be fair to, I don't know if you know much about Brighton Gruder, but he's a German under-21 international. He's always looked quite good. He's looked quite lively when he's played. I'd maybe look at those two. And obviously, like you said, Danny Welbeck, when he's fit and firing, he's always a threat. But it's just whether he's going to be fit enough, because I think he's just come back in training today. So whether he'll be fit in a couple of days' time will remain to be seen. But fingers crossed for our sake, because we don't have another striker. So we're being in a world of trouble.
So what are the things that you guys have struggled with this season?
I suppose it's like I said. I think from the top of the show, I think consistency generally is the biggest problem. Like I said, we'll have one good one half, and then the next half, somehow we just won't be able to pass straight, or we can't see the
Yeah.
runs, or we're not doing the basics. We're not passing properly.
Yeah.
We're not running back. We're not tracking our players. Defensive, we might look a bit short. So it's just the basics for me in terms of making sure that we go into games and having that 90 minutes instead of having a 30-minute period of playing well,
Yeah.
20 minutes of playing well. Like even against you boys in the earlier in the season, I went to that as well.
Okay.
In the Carabao Cup, we look. I think on XG, we done better than you. And I know XG is whatever.
Yeah.
But we look good. We look dangerous, but we just couldn't score, and that's just been the story of our season. I think we've looked good at times, we just can't finish our chances, and I think that's you get like we saw against you. We got done by that. So you guys had the quality. You brought on incredible players, and you ended up winning the game. I think it was 2-0. So yeah, it just shows the levels in quality. Where if you're not taking your chances, there you go. And obviously, I know you guys have been scoring a few own goals, but at the end of the day, a win's a win. So
it is. You
got to take it where you can.
Yeah, they all count, mate. So what do you think of Arsenal?
Look, I've had a bit of I've been on this show quite a few times now, and I've had a bit of beef with the Arsenal fans. I don't know why. They all came at me at one time. So
listen, I'm not here for that, Maz.
I've had a vendetta ever since, mate. So do you know what? This again, I probably don't help myself, to be fair, but I would love nothing more for you guys not to win the Premier League. So
really,
yeah, honestly,
who would you like to win it then?
Man City, because I don't know any
what again?
fans. Yeah.
Oh, you know a lot of Arsenal fans then.
That's the problem, Marty, mate. Arsenal fans, not you included, but
well, listen, when we win it.
So
when we win it, Maz, I'll be nice to you. And I won't glow, and I'll just be like, look, Maz, we won the Premier League. How are you, mate?
I don't believe you.
No, of course, mate.
I reckon the parties in North London, mate, is going to go on for at least a week
and the rest, mate.
The Premier League. Yeah. But no, I've always had a bit of banter with the Arsenal fans, so it would bring me a bit of joy to see.
Okay.
Not winning the league at the end of the season. But going back to your original question,
you've hurt my feelings there, Maz.
Listen, I'm sure you've heard much worse, Marty. I'm sure you.
I have. Yeah.
No, all banter aside, though, Arsenal are a great football club. Like in terms of on the pitch, you can't deny that you guys have every season. I feel like under Arteta, you have made marginal improvements, and I think I'll be shocked if you don't win the Premier League this season. However, the gap is tightening now, isn't it? I think it went from 6 now down to 2.
2,
One?
yeah.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
But Arsenal are a very good side. You've got quality all over the pitch, especially defensively as well. I'm so jealous of your defensive options, even when you're missing Saliba and Gabriel. You've got Capier to come in, Mascara to come in.
Yeah.
So, very good side, Arsenal. Very, very good team. I've been hugely impressed with the start you guys have made. I feel like in the past couple of weeks, maybe you've faltered slightly and maybe fell off the ball slightly, but you're still winning games, especially at home. I think you've won, like I said, 14 on the bounce, which is incredible to have that kind of form. And I think, was it 5 out of 5 in the Champions League as well? So
done all right there.
Yeah, you're doing all right, mate. And I would definitely love to be in your guys' shoes than I am in my own shoes at the moment.
So what do you think of the job that Arteta's done?
Yeah, so I feel like, do you know what? I think he gets discredited a lot. I feel like he does get a lot of hate, Arteta, because obviously he hasn't won the Champions League or he hasn't won the Premier League yet. But to where he has taken Arsenal from when he first took over, I think he's done an incredibly good job to keep you so competitive. And every season now, you've been battling for the league, last 2 or 3 seasons now, I'd say. So I know he's sort of the nearly man at the moment, but if he can just get over that line, I think you've got even more years with him, looking forward to potentially more titles, potentially that European Champions League win at some point, because the team he's created, the ethos, I think, again, he gets bantered a lot, doesn't he, about his, when that Amazon documentary came out, he did get bantered a lot for his, wacky methods and motivational speeches. But actually, I feel like it works, whatever he's doing, even though it might look a bit mad, it looks like he seems to be working because it looks like the team's really together. like I said, whenever a player gets injured or a player that is not playing well, another player comes in, and it looks like you've got the squad depth for it. And I feel like that's a big part to Arteta and his recruitment as well.
Yeah, definitely. So, which Arsenal players do you fear?
Do you know what? Who do I fear? I'll be so real with you. There's not one player that I look at and think, wow, like I'm so scared.
Really?
No, genuinely. I don't get the Saka hype, I'll be honest. I think what's he
Do
at?
you not?
One assist in the whole season. I think he's struggling a little bit. But I just don't really. There's not one player that stands out to me. Look, as a team, like I said, you're a fantastic team. You're by far superior than us. You know, when you turn up, you know, you should be, in theory, you should beat us 3 or 4-0, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But
don't always work out like that.
Right now, I don't look at that team sheet and go, wow, I'm really scared of him. Like maybe you know, there's periods where I looked at Eze at Palace when he used to come up against me, I was like, right, he's a bit. But like recently, I feel like Eze's not really firing
Been
cylinders. Yeah. And then Odegaard, again, don't feel like he's playing at the top of his abilities. I'm trying to look through that team and think, who would you say, if there's someone we should be scared of, who would you say?
I think the thing with Saka is, you know, Saka might, you know, have this run of form that he's had, but then he'll, you know, you just, the ball, before you know it, the ball's in the back of the net. And likewise, Gabriel Jesus is just coming back to fitness. Martinelli, Trossard, you know well. Listen, you got midfield. Our midfield solid: Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard, Eze banged a hat trick against Tottenham, just destroyed them. So listen, you're completely right in what you're saying. We struggled against Palace, I found, to hit the back of the net. We had chances, we created chances, but actually, in theory, we should probably be killing teams off 2-3, 4-0. I mean, we killed off Bayern Munich very effectively, and we killed off Atletico Madrid. We absolutely smoked them in the second half, and that's Atletico Madrid. But then sometimes we can struggle, and that's, you know, you're not going to win every game 2-3, 4-0. And we're just going through a little purple patch at the moment, I think. But listen, let's hope that we pick it up against you boys and give you the 3-4-0 in that you want.
Well, yeah, hopefully not, mate. I didn't ask for that. I said it could happen.
Well, you did.
No, I said you're capable. You are very capable of beating any team 3 or 4-0, to be honest with you, when you turn up. So, yeah, I think what I meant by that, obviously, you have got quality in an abundance. You know, like you said, if Saka does turn up, he's a danger. Rice on his day is arguably the best midfielder in the Premier League. You know, defensively, you're by far the best defensive unit in the Premier League. So, in terms of overall quality, you're by far and above. You know, out there and better than probably any team in the Premier League, bar maybe Man City. But yeah, I think the point I was trying to make was for me right now, like this moment in time, there's not one standout player I look at and I'm like, wow, like I'm really, really scared of them right now.
Yeah, I get it.
But I'm sure that can change, you know, in a coming months. One of them will probably start, you know.
Or in a game.
Yeah, or in a game. Yeah, ideally not on 27th, ideally.
Yeah, so what's been your toughest game of the season so far?
Oh, that's a great question. Toughest game of the season? I'm trying to think, really. I put me on the spot here. Toughest game of the season? My mind's gone blank here now.
I should have given you all the questions before. That's fine.
Yeah, you caught me off guard.
You hopefully you'll get this one. Who's your top goal scorer?
That would be Danny Welbeck, He is struggling with a minor injury. I think Herzler said in the press conference yesterday that, he will be back training. So hopefully should be fine. But we'll see with that. So fingers crossed.
So what's your stadium, your home stadium, like the Amex Community Stadium, right?
That's it. Yeah. In terms of what way, like the atmosphere?
Yeah, the atmosphere, capacity, match days.
Yeah. Match day, brilliant. Genuinely, really good day out. Brighton's an amazing day out. You know, you go, especially on during the summer, it's beautiful. Weather's buzzing. Go down after the game. You go down the beach, have a few bevs. It's a great day out. But in terms of the atmosphere, it's lacking. I think it's fair to say. Yeah, we've been bantered for our home atmosphere quite a lot, but it depends on the game really, and sort of the mood the crowd are in. And there was a big piece in the paper recently about how our fans leave at like 80 minutes, which is not a good look. So
Yeah.
To be fair though, in our defence, it is in the middle of nowhere. It's in a place called Falmouth, which is in the middle of
I
nowhere.
know.
I'm sure you've been before, and it's just not
Near the
ideal.
universities.
That's it. So they haven't really thought it through really. So it doesn't really help fans because then people leave early because they've got to get back home because it's such a nightmare to get home. So it doesn't help. But it's a nice stadium, and I think we're making a few adjustments to it as well. So the away end won't be as accommodating because I know usually you guys got the whole back end behind the goal, but now they're going to be changing that. So they're going to be sticking the away fans up in the corner at some point. So
okay. So I bet you are. So how much is a Cat A ticket and a season ticket?
So my season ticket costs me. I pay £80 a month. So what's that, like nearly 900 and something quid.
960,
a year, 960 a year, nearly. Yeah, I think it's just touching 1,000. I think. But yeah, to be fair, they're very good seats. So you're probably going to get lower season tickets for that. And then I think usually our home tickets are like £45, I want to say.
Okay.
£55 for a single ticket. Again, I haven't purchased one in a while, so I wouldn't be 100% sure. But yeah, it's quite fairly priced. It's not too crazy.
So before we go to predictions, I'll give you another crack at the whip for your toughest game of the season.
I should have looked at that whilst I was talking to you, shouldn't I?
Hopefully it'll be Saturday.
Let's go with that. That's a good answer. Yeah. Saturday will be our toughest game of the season. There you go.
Brilliant. Fantastic. So let's get a score prediction from you, Maz.
Got to be positive. I'll go with a 1-1 draw. That's as positive as I can go.
Positive, yeah?
Mate, we ain't going to beat you, are we? Let's be honest. Come on.
Let's hope not.
Let's have some decorum, shall we? I'm going to go 1-1. That's my positive. My rose tinted glasses. We'll go with that, and then after that, you never know. You never know what can happen. It's football, isn't it? So that's what I'm going to say. 1-1. There you go.
All right, I'm going to go 2-0. I just think we'll get the job done, and I hope we do. We need it. So listen, Mads, you've been an absolute superstar. Thanks for coming on. Really insightful. Informative, educational, and fun as well. Please, guys, check out the AFTV app, all of AFTV's other content, the Invincibles podcast, Forever Arsenal, etc. We've got you covered on AFTV. A Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope everyone had an absolutely fantastic time and enjoyed themselves. And look, back for football, the big one. 3:00 Saturday, Arsenal versus Brighton at the Emirates. Yes, we will be there. So, been a superstar. I've been Marty. You've been Maz. This has been AFTV Box to Box.